Chairman Leahy, distinguished members of the committee, thank you for the opportunity to testify today. My service in the United States Attorney's Office for the Western District of Missouri was the highlight of my professional career. Although my 13 months in office was relatively brief, I believe that the outstanding assistant U.S. attorneys and staff in that district accomplished an extraordinary amount in that time.
Did they ask you, is there a reason why they shouldn't follow their normal policy?
The director's explanation is that this case did not implicate any of the DOJ informal policies because, as he said, there was no need to actually interview any voters in this case. And because of that, the purpose of that policy is designed to ensure that no investigation ensues where a voter might actually have to be interviewed prior to the election, which could chill potential electoral activity. And because that wasn't necessary here, he said, feel free to go forward, no policy is implicated.
In your testimony, you said there was nothing unusual, irregular, or improper about the substance or timing of these indictments. Is that your position today?
It is, and that is based on the express direction and guidance that I received from the Election Crimes Branch of the Public Integrity Section.
But why did you even seek? Why didn't you just wait a couple of weeks more? I mean, wasn't this obvious to you that just simply bringing the charges, especially when there was nothing that you had to bring to stop somebody before the election, just the bringing of the charges could have an effect on the election? Did that thought ever occur to you?
Well, a couple points there. Number one, I didn't. The reason I contacted the Public Integrity Section is that is explicitly required under the U.S. Attorney's Manual. In terms of, I didn't think that this was going to have any impact on any election. I mean, these were individuals who were filling out false voter registration cards. So
and had been stopped because they had been self-referred to the county prosecutor. But you didn't think that when the U.S. Justice Department stepped in, that would have any effect whatsoever that close to an election?
Well, there was no individual who was possibly going to be disenfranchised or who was.
That's not my question at all, Mr. Schlolzman, and you know it. Did you really think that having the Department of Justice bring a charge like that close to the election would have no effect on the election? I'm not talking about an individual being stopped from voting, but have no effect on the election?
I did not think it was going to have any effect on the election in this case, no, Senator.
You're amazing. Do you read the papers at all?
I do.
Do you watch the news at all?
Occasionally, yes.
Do you ever watch them before an election?
Senator, I watch the news on occasion.
Have you ever made a remark suggesting to anybody that helping a particular candidate or political party played a role in your decision about filing this lawsuit as interim U.S. attorney?
I can't imagine having made any comments like that.
So
no,
your
Senator.
answer is no?
My answer is no.
If anyone said otherwise, they'd be mistaken.
I do not have any recollection that would be completely inconsistent with my my worldview.
What about any role in the timing of the filing or prosecution of any lawsuit? Did you ever talk to anybody that this may affect an election one way or the other?
I don't recall making any comment. And again, I did what I did at the direction of the Public Integrity Section. Well,
and at your instigation, you could have also just followed the manual and waited a couple of weeks. Could you not have?
Well,
would it have affected the prosecution? Would it have affected your ability to bring the prosecution if you just waited a few weeks till the election was over?
The Department of Justice does not time prosecutions to elections.
Well, yes, they do. That's what the manual says. And you, rather reluctantly, I felt, admitted you actually did read it when you became the interim U.S. attorney. The fact is, would it have changed the outcome of your prosecution had you waited a few weeks to bring it?
I don't know. I doubt there would have been any impact on the actual prosecution. Again, I acted at the direction of the Public Integrity Section.
This was my conclusion, too. My time is up.